Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America and the men and women of the military defending our freedom all over the world, please rise for our national anthem. Tonight's presentation of colors is presented by the Churchill High School JROTC cadets. Singing the Star-Spangled Banner tonight is a 7th grade student from Hobby Middle School, Miss Jessa Hope Bauerkemper.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome to the 2025 Junior Achievement San Antonio Business Hall of Fame. Since 1991, we have honored and celebrated the exceptional men and women whose leadership and success have shaped Alamo City's business landscape. Tonight, we are privileged to be in the company of many of those distinguished inductees. Please join us in recognizing these outstanding business and community leaders. 2004, Tress Kleberg. 2005, Bruce Floor. 2006, Gary Dudley. 2007, representing the Miller family, Bayless Miller. 2009, Harvey Najim. 2010, Joseph Cryer. 2013, Jimmy Haslocker. 2013, Ed Kelly. 2015, Janie Badetta. 2017, the Honorable Hope Andrade. 2019, Gary Juris. 2024, representing the Barrios family, Diana Barrios Trevino. 2024, Rick Cavender. And now, let us take a moment of silence in loving memory of the San Antonio Business Hall of Fame laureates we have lost recently. Carlos Alvarez, inducted in 2008. Mary Rose Brown, inducted in 2022. Rosemary Kowalski, inducted in 1998. And Joe Robles Jr., inducted in 2013. Let's welcome tonight's presenting sponsor, PNC Regional President, Mr. Chris Sherman.
Hey, good evening, everyone. In addition to serving as PNC's Regional President for San Antonio, I also have the great pleasure of serving on the board of Junior Achievement of South Texas and as a volunteer. There's nothing more humbling than doing Finance Park with a bunch of middle school kids. Tonight, we gather to recognize three exceptional individuals whose contributions have significantly shaped our city's business landscape for the better. David, Elaine, and Harvey, congratulations to each of you. Your achievements remind us of the power of vision, perseverance, and integrity, qualities that Junior Achievement strives to instill in the young minds in San Antonio. JA's mission to provide financial literacy, career readiness, and entrepreneurship education to students resonates deeply with PNC's values and with me personally. As we celebrate tonight, let's remember that we're all supporting something beyond this gala. The programs funded by this event are helping to shape the next generation of San Antonio's business leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs. To our honorees, thank you for setting the bar high and being role models to our students. To Janie and the entire Junior Achievement of South Texas team, thank you for your tireless efforts to bridge the gap between education and finance. And to all of you here tonight, thank you for your commitment to fostering excellence in our community, as well as supporting Junior Achievement. PNC continues to be honored to support this event, and thank you again and enjoy the evening.
And now, please welcome our Master of Ceremonies for the evening, Mr. Eddie Aldrete.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. Special thank you to not only Chris Sherman, but the entire team at PNC Bank for their support, and Chris for your service on the board as well. Please help me thank again Chris Sherman and PNC. It truly is an honor to welcome all of you tonight to celebrate the outstanding success and leadership of San Antonio's most accomplished business leaders. Our past laureates represent the very essence of excellence, vision, leadership, innovation, and community-mindedness. These remarkable qualities are the foundation of San Antonio's vibrant community and why we're here tonight. This evening, we have the special privilege of honoring three extraordinary individuals as they join the prestigious group of leaders who came before them. As we hear about their journeys, their challenges, their triumphs, and the legacy that they built, may we all be inspired to continue to carry the torch and share in the work that they started and that they contributed to our beloved community. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our next presenters who share this commitment of inspiring and preparing the next generation for success. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Craig Boyan, the president of HEB and chairman of the board of the Junior Achievement of South Texas, and Mrs. Janie Cook, the president of Junior Achievement of South Texas.
Evening. Wasn't our anthem singer amazing? She is 12 years old. Can you imagine having that presence when you were 12? And imagine if you were a 12-year-old today contemplating your future in this complex, rapidly changing, often chaotic world, and how daunting it would be if you were planning for your career as a 12-year-old today. And of course, doing well in school would be a great idea, but wouldn't it be great if you had an army of volunteers helping teach you important life skills like financial literacy skills, teaching you the importance of saving from an early age, giving you exposure to careers and different leaders that might lead to your career path for you. That's exactly what JA does. Last year, our Junior Achievement of South Texas organization and an army of wonderful volunteers from businesses and colleges in the area helped train and develop and inspire 77,000 young students just here in South Texas to help prepare them for their futures. Investing in Texans and our next generation is so important, and this is what it looks like. So tonight you're going to see on full display, as you just did, as our JA students introduce each of our Hall of Fame laureates. And I promise you that they will win your hearts, just like she did, and give you a strong sense of hope for the future. And as you can see, we're rightly proud of this organization. And in recognition of this organization as one of the largest youth-based organizations in the world, JA has thrice been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in this work of taking care of kids and helping prepare for their generation. So thank you for your support. Pledge cards are on your table. Feel free to give your support. And I'd like to express my gratitude to Chris and PNC for their support. And tonight we get to honor three amazing people. I love David McGee. Don't you love David McGee? And what a week David McGee is having. St. Patrick's Day and now this. Aye, the Irish eyes are smiling upon you, David. We're so happy to have him here. And what a spring for Harvey Hartenstine, being introduced to this Hall of Fame tonight. And in May, we'll be introduced to the Texas Business Bankers Legacy Hall of Fame. And Harvey, I guarantee tonight's going to take the cake. Guarantee. And Elaine Mendoza built a great company here in San Antonio while committing her time to being on every board that has ever been created in the state of Texas. And what does Elaine not do? And rumor has it that Elaine will be starting in the backcourt for the Aggies on Thursday when they play Yale. And Elaine, don't worry, it's only Yale. Sorry, Jorge. Elaine, Harvey, David, we are so proud to be honoring you, such inspiring people. And let me now turn it over to our amazingly inspiring leader, Janie Cook. Thank you for being here.
You can always count on Craig to have a good joke too, can't you? I'm not near as funny. Good evening. Welcome to the 2025 San Antonio Business Hall of Fame. We're all here. We're great. At Junior Achievement, our volunteers empower young people to discover their purpose, reach their potential, and achieve financial success. Slowly but surely breaking cycles of both financial and mindset poverty. But let's be honest, folks, this isn't just altruism. We need the next generation to thrive, right? So they can lead and support us when our careers come to a close. I'm all about that. And I have 10 grandkids, and they're all going to be thriving, let me tell you. As we celebrate tonight's honorees, let's also reaffirm our commitment to empowering the next generation. Together, we can create a future where purpose, potential, and prosperity are within everyone's reach. Amen. Thank you for your support, your vision, and your investment in our youth. Enjoy this evening, and congratulations to Harvey, David, and Elaine.
To deliver tonight's invocation is a fourth grade JA student from Maverick Elementary School, Miss Devany Castro Moreno.
Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for your blessing and for gathering all of us together. We thank you for our outstanding laureates whose leadership and dedication are shaping a better and brighter future for our youth and community. Bless them, their families, and their businesses. Thank you to the JA Board, staff, and volunteers who work hard to inspire and empower young people to believe in their boundless potential. Finally, bless this meal. We pray the fellowship will bring joy and lasting memories. In your name we pray. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy your dinner.
Ladies and gentlemen, please draw your attention to the front stage.
Hey guys, my name is Carissa. We're out and about trying to get answers to the question, what do you wish you would have learned in school but didn't? What's the one thing that you wish you would have learned in high school or middle school?
I have to pick one.
Okay. What I wish I would have learned while I was in school.
Oh, everything when it comes to real life. Or just discover and learn about more like career options. That way I had a bigger knowledge base and like mindset of like what I actually wanted to do.
Definitely like financial literacy and stuff like that, I'd say. Definitely help prepare for the real world.
How to spend money like accordingly and just be smart financially and make better financial decisions overall.
Just understanding how to manage myself as an adult with finances, for instance. What to do with a paycheck when I get it, not to just blow it on the first thing that looks really cool, but...
I wish that I had the ability to know what was gonna come later on to avoid some of the pitfalls, especially high interest rates, and that's the one thing I wish I could have learned a lot more about was interest and how that affects you, and then credit.
Like it's just like, oh, you need to make money. Not, oh, you need to build credit because that's gonna help you get money. Like, right. You know, like there definitely should be some classes about in financial literacy, just specifically about credit, how to build credit, because that's important.
It's something everybody has to do, but they don't really teach you. So I always thought that was kind of weird. So mostly like the personal finance stuff.
Just how that all works so that I could feel more secure and feel like I have some money left over if something were to happen to me.
How much it actually costs to like make a living. Money.
The word of the day, money.
I don't know, things that you really use in your life, like to be successful.
The one thing that I wish I would have learned in school is how to take everything that we were learning and implement it into life itself.
Okay, so what if I told you there was an organization out there that prepared the younger generation for just workforce readiness, finances, and things of that nature? Would you believe me?
I'm familiar with Junior Achievement, so...
And I wish I would have looked in my community for organizations like that with people who look like me, who know about finances and know how to help me navigate that part of my life that I didn't really have support in from good role models and also from my education.
So, what do you wish you learned in school but didn't?
Unlock your boundless possibilities. Learn more at ja.org.
Let's welcome back to the stage tonight's MC, Mr. Eddie Aldrete.
So next up, Please help me welcome Miss Esmeralda Huerta, who is a 12th grade student at Jefferson High School.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Esmeralda Huerta, and I'm here today representing the Thomas Jefferson JROTC program, where I currently serve as the battalion commander as a senior. In our program, we encourage all cadets to volunteer with Junior Achievement. When we first introduced Junior Achievement to our cadets, many of them felt nervous or feared that it may be difficult. I always reassure them, acknowledging their concerns by sharing that I, too, was nervous during my first experience. However, I remind them that despite the initial anxiety, they will find it to be rewarding and enjoyable experience. After the event, we constantly witness the excitement and eagerness of our cadets to volunteer again, reflecting the positive impact Junior Achievement has on them and the kids we teach. During all 4 years of high school, I volunteered with Junior Achievement, where I had the opportunity to experience teaching elementary kids from kindergarten up to 5th grade at Fenwick Academy. Throughout this volunteer opportunity, I have created beautiful memories with the kids that have kept me motivated to continue taking part of this amazing program. One memory that stayed with me over the years occurred during my first volunteer experience, when I was teaching a bilingual 4th grade class. As I began my lesson, one of the students, a young girl, started crying. Naturally, I was concerned and uncertain about the cause, so I quickly asked my teammate to manage the class while I spoke to her. She explained that she was struggling to understand the lesson because she was still learning English. Hearing this deeply resonated with me, as I had experienced similar challenges when I was learning English. And I recognized the frustration she felt. Coming to America from Mexico during my elementary school years was a life-changing event. The frustration the young girl felt during JA, I also felt at some point when I was in elementary school learning English. I overcame the challenge of learning English by using different resources to learn English, like taking ESL classes and reference the dictionary when I didn't know words. I reassured her that I would teach the lesson in Spanish and translate everything to her to understand. The relief on her face was immediate, and it felt extremely rewarding to know I had made a difference in someone's life. At the end of the day, she handed me a letter thanking me for helping her expand her horizons by learning financial literacy and career readiness skills. That simple gesture of gratitude made me realize the profound impact we can have in the life of elementary students we teach. JA has helped me take out a step of my comfort zone, as it has helped me develop organizational and leadership skills in and out of JA. Throughout the process of learning to teach via Junior Achievement, I have learned about financial skills that I have implemented and communication skills I have also flourished. After graduation, I plan to attend the University of Texas at Austin. Where I will major in psychology to gain a deeper understanding of the human mind. I hope to utilize this knowledge as a foundation for my future career and eventually pursue medical school. My goal is to combine my passion for psychology and medicine, ultimately become a doctor who can make a meaningful impact on mental health care. Tonight, before you decide where to direct your support, we invite you to consider a donation to Junior Achievement. Your contribution plays an important role in helping us continue to provide invaluable programs that empower students and inspire the leaders of tomorrow. When you invest in junior achievement, you're investing in the future success of both our community and our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a moment tonight to make a difference. At your table, you will find giving forms. You may make a gift by using the QR code on the form or by completing the form with your information and method of payment. You may deposit your giving card in the baskets located at the back of the ballroom as you depart tonight's celebration. Your support will be a vital investment in the lives of 77,000 South Texas students that Junior Achievement will impact this coming year. Together, we can ensure that even more students have the chance to reach their full potential. Thank you for your time, generosity, and belief in shaping a brighter future.
So that's a sneak peek into what we have in this organization and what's at stake and what all of you are here tonight supporting. Tonight's sponsors play a crucial role in the success and the mission of Junior Achievement and the impact that Junior Achievement makes in this community. We couldn't do this without the generosity of all of the sponsors for this evening's celebration and all of the sponsors and supporters throughout the year. Especially when you consider that your generosity is going to produce the next generation of San Antonio leaders. I want to just touch on very briefly our sponsors for this evening. Again, we want to thank Chris Sherman and the team at PNC Bank for being our presenting sponsor. Our VIP reception sponsor is Amity Bank of Texas. Our platinum sponsors are Malou and Carlos Alvarez family, Gene Cheever, HEB, and SWBC. Our gold sponsors are Broadway Bank, George Charitable Foundation, the Mays Family Foundation, the USAA Foundation, and Valero. Our silver sponsors are the Bank of Texas, Holtcat, and the McGee family. And our bronze sponsors, Conceptual Mineworks Incorporated, Edward Kelly, Ernst & Young, Frost Bank, Marathon Petroleum, MidFirst Bank, Norton Rose Fulbright, Security Service Federal Credit Union, and Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Texas. And our student sponsor is Harvey Najum. A special thanks also to the Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry for our Crystal Eagle Award sponsor. Because these awards are gonna, David, they're gonna stand apart from all the deer heads on your wall. So please help me give a warm round of applause for all of our sponsors tonight. Tonight, you've already made a difference, but we have one more opportunity to change lives in our community. We're $10,000 away from reaching our goal, which means that 200 students are still waiting for their chance to participate in all the benefits that come through Junior Achievement. With just a $50 contribution, you can give one more student that opportunity to build a brighter future. And imagine the impact. Look around the room and imagine the impact if everyone in this room gave $50. If you feel inspired to give, you can do it. Again, you've already heard twice from Craig Boyan as well as from Esmeralda. You can do it by filling out the donation form or using the QR code. So let's make this moment count. Let's change more lives. And again, I thank all of you for your generosity and your support. The success of Junior Achievement is driven by a dedicated group of leaders and navigators who sit on the Junior Achievement Board of Directors. And at this time, we would like to recognize if you are a current board member of Junior Achievement of South Texas or a past board member, please stand and let us recognize you. These individuals have been instrumental in the success of Junior Achievement, helping to reach more than 1 million students over the last 33 years. Their commitment to education and opportunity has shaped countless futures. And again, I want to thank all the directors, past and present. Please help me thank them one more time. They deserve it. There are a lot of people that are a part of the success of this organization. And in addition to past and present board members, there are past and present Junior Achievement volunteers. The volunteers are at the heart of the mission of this organization. They do more than teach financial literacy, work readiness, and entrepreneurship. They teach, they coach, they inspire, and they help students connect classroom learning to real-world, real-life careers, showing them that financial security, meaningful work, and entrepreneurship are all within reach. For those of you who have volunteered with Junior Achievement, you understand the life-changing impact of the experience. And it's not just the lives of the students that are being impacted, it's the lives of the volunteers who are being impacted as well. So if you're a past or current Junior Achievement volunteer, please stand. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, to help introduce the newest inductees into the 2025 Junior Achievement San Antonio Business Hall of Fame. We have some incredibly talented Junior Achievement students who are joining us on stage. And I'll tell you this, having spent time with them. I'm a recovering TV anchor and reporter. I'm a current podcaster, and these students make me look bad because they are that good. So it's my pleasure to introduce tonight's first presenter. Please help me welcome Mr. Michael Rojas, who's a 5th grade student from Maverick Elementary.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello there, Mr. Aldrete.
Michael, you're looking extremely sharp and well-dressed. You're sharper than a credit card swipe. Did you break the bank rocking this red carpet outfit?
Not at all. I learned from my JA volunteer that looking sharp is an investment. Thanks to some smart savings, I didn't have to take out a student loan just to get dressed tonight.
I told you. So what else did you learn, other than how to balance a budget and balance this look that you came out with?
In my JA class, my volunteer was a real-life banker. He taught us all about money management, saving for the future, and why stuffing cash under your mattress is just not a solid financial plan.
It sounds like tonight's laureate might know a thing or two about that.
Wait, are you talking about Mr. Harvey P. Hartenstine? His distinguished 44-year banking career began at Broadway Bank as a college teller, rising through the ranks to become president of the bank.
Talk about climbing the corporate ladder.
Exactly. Under his leadership, Broadway Bank has expanded across Texas like a well-planned road trip.
I don't even know why I'm up here. And he spent his entire career with Broadway Bank, and talk about commitment.
Absolutely. He's deeply loyal to Broadway Bank and he's all about giving back to the community.
Giving back to the community, tell me more.
He's dedicated his time to organizations like Mission Road Ministries, Children's Hospital of San Antonio, and Crosspoint. And get this, he even created an endowment at his alma mater, Texas State University.
I'm impressed that you know so much about him. Today, a piggy bank, tomorrow, a future banking giant.
Yes, Mr. Hartenstein's success is truly inspiring for a young go-getter like me.
Harvey Hartenstine, a dedicated and loyal leader, a steadfast banker, and a passionate advocate for his community. Harvey Hartenstein's journey is a testament to resilience, hard work, and the power of family. Born the youngest of 6 children into a military family, he often describes himself as a product of World War II. His father, a career military man and frontline infantry soldier, served in the European theater, North Africa, and Italy before marching into Germany. It was there in 1946 that his father met a striking young woman, Harvey's mother, who had endured the war as a civilian in Germany. Despite the cultural and political challenges of the time, their love story prevailed, leading them to build a life together. Harvey was born in Washington, D.C., and lived in Germany prior to moving to San Antonio at 6 years old when his father was stationed at Fort Sam. Life in a military household was disciplined but full of love. Harvey's father instilled the values of humility, hard work, and perseverance. His mother, devoted to raising their children, provided a strong foundation of support and resilience.
I think what would surprise people if they found out that he sprechen Sie Deutsch. The guy is fluent in German. He had a German mother and grew up in a household that spoke German. And it really doesn't take much, a trip to New Braunfels and a couple of beers, and Harvey's back in Munich.
Despite financial constraints, there was never a shortage of warmth, care, or home-cooked meals. We may not have had a lot of money, Harvey recalls, but we always had a roof over our heads and good food on the table. At just 7 years old, Harvey faced a significant challenge. He was diagnosed with a rare kidney disease. For several years, he endured regular hospital visits, painful treatments, and uncertainty. Through it all, his mother was his rock, taking his hand, leading him through doctor's visits, and reminding him to stay strong. When Harvey was just 9, his father passed away, leaving his mother to raise a family on a modest income. Though they faced financial struggles, their home was filled with love, and education was emphasized as the path to a better life. Harvey's early years were marked by a deep sense of responsibility and determination. As a student at Roosevelt High School, he worked at Handy Andy, where his work ethic and natural leadership skills became evident early on.
He's a consensus builder. He manages people well as a team, and they come up with solutions, and they're very effective, and they execute well.
Also, Harvey has a huge heart. He cares about people.
Harvey's banking journey began humbly as a teller at First City Bank, Windsor Park in 1980 while attending San Antonio College and later Texas State University. Though hired under the condition that he cut his long hair, shave his beard, and wear a tie, he embraced the professionalism of the job, using the opportunity to fund his education. Initially aspiring to a career in the FBI, his path took a turn just before graduating. The bank president approached him with an offer to stay at the bank, go through the officers training program, and become the collection manager for the bank. His dedication and natural ability to connect with people led him through various roles in banking, where he quickly rose through the ranks over his 12-year tenure. In 1992, Harvey joined Broadway Bank as assistant vice president. His career flourished through perseverance and an ability to adapt to industry changes. When offered the opportunity to lead private banking operations in Austin, he embraced the challenge, assembling a strong team and surpassing a 10-year financial goal in just 18 months.
One of the big milestone successes Harvey had was opening our Austin branch in 2012. It was a huge success. He and his team really killed it. But we actually had a little hard time getting Harvey back to San Antonio. He loved Austin. He found out you didn't have to wear a tie there.
His dedication and strategic thinking led to a long and distinguished career at Broadway Bank, where he has served for over 3 decades.
He's been with Broadway for 32 of his 40 years in banking.
He also started their private banking department, which is a big deal today in the banking business, and they've done very well with it. We know we're customers.
Guided by mentors like Charlie Cheever and Sean Kennedy, Harvey's loyalty and commitment never wavered, ultimately leading him to become Broadway Bank president and a member of the board of directors.
So, I mean, he's a great banker. I've had a lot of bankers in my 84 years of life, but he's number one. He's always available. And he treats everybody the same way. He cares about all people, whether they're millionaires or whether they live paycheck to paycheck.
A devoted husband to his wife, Margaret, and a loving father to their daughter, Allison, he has always prioritized family. Margaret captured Harvey's heart from their first lunch date. Together, they balanced demanding careers, raising a daughter who now excels in the financial sector while carrying forward his legacy of excellence.
Harvey is the ultimate family man. He's completely devoted to his wife, Margaret, and daughter, Allie. They are the number one priority in his life. You think he reports to David Boney, but his real bosses are Margaret and Allie.
Beyond his professional achievements, Harvey's impact extends deeply into the community. His dedication to service is evident through his involvement with numerous organizations, including Mission Road Ministries, Crosspoint, Christus Children's Foundation, and the Children's Shelter. His commitment to giving back is further reflected in the establishment of an endowment at Texas State University in his mother's name, ensuring future generations will have opportunities to succeed.
Harvey's been active for 20 years with Mission Road Ministries, and he's done very well. And he also co-chaired their gala this last year, and it's something close to his heart. He has a big affection for Mission Road Ministries.
Harvey and his lovely wife, Margaret, are passionate about the caring side of it and the helping of the youth and helping of people in need, and it shows in there. Just being around them is a very positive experience.
Through decades of economic shifts, technological advancements, and global challenges, Harvey has remained a steady force in banking and beyond. His leadership has been defined by integrity, resilience, and a deep sense of responsibility to those he serves.
I've known him for almost 20 years, and he is not only a personal friend, but he is my personal banker in the private bank, and Broadway Bank has also been the banker for the foundation that I started in 2007. Harvey has great leadership qualities, but he also has a great personality. He's always smiling, but he's always listening to what you're saying. He's also very good at working with the team and the staff at Broadway.
Harvey's philosophy is simple yet profound. Get a good education, be patient, stay kind and respectful, and always give back. His example reminds us all that true success is measured not just by achievements, but by the lives we touch along the way. Junior Achievement is proud to induct Harvey P. Hartenstine into the 2025 San Antonio Business Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one, the only, Mr. Harvey P. Hartenstine.
Wow. Thank you. Let's give another round of applause for Michael. My gosh, our future leaders. I'm just kind of overwhelmed. That video is like, wow, brought back some good memories. Good evening, everyone. Before I begin, I need to assure all of you and put your mind at ease about one important thing. For those of you who have ever crossed my path, whether at a dinner, community event, or even a funeral, you've probably received one of my business cards. It is what it is. Now I know that you're thinking, oh no, not again. Harvey's handing out more business cards. Over the years, I've handed out more cards than I'd care to admit. And I've probably hit up a few of you in the room for banking business or either charity fundraisers. If there's one thing I've learned over the years is how to make an introduction. But in all seriousness, it is the drive to connect, to serve, and to build relationships that have shaped my journey of being a banker for 45 years. And it's an honor to stand before you tonight, not as a banker trying to give away a few more cards, but as someone deeply grateful for the support and friendships that I've built throughout the years. Now I reflect on this incredible moment. I'm reminded how far I've come and how fortunate I am to share this evening with such a distinguished group of people. It is truly an immense honor to stand before you tonight as an inductee of the Hall of Fame, being recognized alongside remarkable individuals like Elaine Mendoza, David McGee, even though David McGee is a rough rider with me along the way too, is both humbling and inspiring. Your extraordinary achievements and dedications to our communities set aside a standard that I deeply admire. I am proud to share the stage with you, and I want to thank Janie Cook, Junior Achievement, for this honor, and thank you so much for what you do to improve the financial literacy in our community. As I reflect on the legacy of this hall, I'm awed to find myself standing among esteemed individuals like Colonel Charles Cheever, Charlie Cheever Jr., and my dear friend Sean Kennedy, and many other business leaders. Their contributions have shaped our community in profound ways, and it is a privilege to now be counted among them. I also want to thank the Cheever family, Charlie Amato, Gary Dudley, and Harvey Najum for participating in the introduction video. I am truly grateful for your support. Standing here today fills me with pride and reflection, especially considering my humble beginnings. I've always felt a strong connection with World War II era, as my father was a career military man and a World War II veteran from that era. My father was fought in Africa, Italy, and then into Germany. There's always a flip side to the whole war that my family always talked about, because if it wasn't for the war, I wouldn't be standing here today. My mother, a war bride, met my father in Germany in 1946, and together they built a family grounded in love and resilience, despite coming from opposite sides of history. When my father unexpectedly passed away when I was just 9, my mother, an immigrant in San Antonio, was left to raise 6 kids on her own. She faced these challenges with unwavering strength, determination, and grace. She became one of my greatest mentors of my life and inspirations, and her inspiration has stayed with me every single day. Her perseverance and courage shaped who I am and guided me through my journey. Family has always been the cornerstone of my life, and I'm blessed to have some of my closest loved ones here tonight. I'd like to recognize my wonderful wife, Margaret. Tomorrow we will celebrate 37 years of marriage. Actually, at the last minute when I wrote this, Margaret's sister said, well, we're going to be celebrating our anniversary tomorrow. And Margaret said, yeah, she's 36 years. And I said, yeah, 36 years. Well, no, it was 37 years. Here I'm a banker, and I couldn't do the math on it. But after that many years, so Margaret, this is fantastic. She has been my partner, my rock, and my greatest supporter, although Margaret had her own career for over 35 years. She stood by me through many community and countless black tie events, as she is with me tonight, has always been by my side. In November, we were invited to chair a major fundraiser for a nonprofit here in San Antonio. When I initially mentioned to her, she recalled, well, we did that in 2003. I said, true to her nature, she supported me once again, and together, along with a co-chair that's in the room tonight, we raised over $1.3 million for a worthy cause. Thank you, Margaret, for everything. You're indeed my true rock. I'm delighted that our beautiful daughter, Allison, is also here tonight from New York. I want to share a special moment with you, but I'll keep it brief to avoid getting a little emotional, probably getting a lot emotional. But in just a few days, she will be ringing the Journey of Life bell at Memorial Sloan in New York. For those of you who know the significance of this milestone, you understand why it means more to me than any award. Allison, love you. I'm incredibly proud of you, Allison, for your resilience and you being able to handle this journey. And again, so thankful that you're here tonight. I'd also like to recognize my sister and brother-in-law, Sigrun and Pat Clarkson, whose love and support have been an integral part of my life. I want to thank my sister-in-law, Barry and Susan Berg, for being here tonight as well. There are many lifetime friends that are here tonight. Thank you for all my friends that are here, and most of them are clients as well. And then many of my clients are here also as well, too. Many bankers this evening that have created a lot of my success as well. So again, thank you again for being here. Having all of you here tonight makes this honor even more meaningful to me than anything else. I also want to acknowledge my work family. I've spent 45 years in banking, with 33 of those years at Broadway Bank. This recognition is as much of a reflection of the incredible support and influence that I received from Broadway as it is about my personal journey. The bank's dedication to community, service, their brand, stressing education, and giving back has always been its core mission, and that ethos still guides us today, 84 years later. The Cheever family who started the bank has been a vital part of my journey. Several of them are here tonight, and I'm deeply grateful for their support of this event. My life would be different if not for Broadway Bank, and I want to thank mentors like Sean Kennedy and Gene Cheever, whose guidance was instrumental in my growth as a banker. Additionally, I want to thank Jim Googe, Joe McKinney, David Boney, and the bank's chairman, Rick Timmons, and others in attendance tonight. Your tireless efforts and collaborative spirit have enabled me to continue making a positive impact. For that, I am truly appreciative. As I stand here tonight, it's hard to think back on all those times I handed out business cards, trying to connect with people, offer service, build a relationship. Looking back, I realized those cards were more than just for tools for business. They were symbols of commitment to make a connection, of my belief in community, and of my constant desire to give back. So I want to close by thanking each of you for the connections, the lessons, and the support along the way. I may have handed out a lot of cards over the years, but what truly matters are the moments and the people who have been with me every step of the journey. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this extraordinary honor. I am blessed and humbled. Thank you.
You know, I spent 16 years working for a bank, but since I never made a loan, my brother used to call me a faux banker. And I'm not going to get into what David used to call me. So, on to our next honoree. To present tonight's next laureate, please help me welcome Mr. Orion Uribe, who's a 5th grade JA student from Maverick Elementary.
Here you go, Mr. Alderete.
Thank you, Orion. I haven't seen one of these since gas was $1 a gallon.
Yep, delivering flyers is my job. Did you know that way back in the day, these legendary creatures called newsboys used to ride around on bikes, flinging newspapers at people's houses like ninja stars?
Yes, because I used to be a newsboy, and I would ride my bicycle and throw the newspaper. And when I wasn't riding my bike, I was walking to school uphill in the snow both ways in Texas.
Well, I'm all about efficiency, so I've hired 2 of my friends to help me out. Now I can focus on all my other many interests.
So, how old are you again?
I'm 11 years old. I learned all about careers in my JA class. My JA mentor told me that my generation will probably have 2, 3, maybe even 4 careers later in our lifetime.
It sounds like you've been taking inspiration from one of our laureates tonight.
You must be talking about Mr. David McGee. The guy is basically a superhero in a business suit.
I am talking about Mr. McGee.
He's had a thriving career in banking.
Talk about multitasking. This man has a schedule busier than a coffee shop on a Monday morning.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And with that, we're going to watch a video.
David McGee, a legacy of leadership, faith, and service. David McGee was born in Kansas City, Missouri, and spent his earliest years in Wichita, Kansas, surrounded by family, hard work, and strong values. As the middle child of 3, he looked up to his older brother Bobby and held a deep bond with his sister Denise, whom he fondly calls his angel. Summers were spent on tractors, tending to cattle, and working alongside his father and brother. His father, a traveling salesman, taught him the power of connection, never meeting a stranger and always bringing warmth to a room. His mother, an executive secretary and real estate agent, reinforced the importance of perseverance and resilience.
The good thing about David is that if he doesn't know what the answer is, he's a hard worker. He will dig in. He understands. He gets to the bottom of it, and then he comes up with reasonable and good solutions.
Moving to San Antonio during high school, David was reluctant to leave behind his friends and the familiarity of Wichita, but he quickly found his place. He embraced leadership opportunities at Roosevelt High School, joined the swim team, and was even elected to the coveted role of big stick carrier at football games, a testament to his popularity and school spirit. His entrepreneurial spirit emerged early, from delivering handbills to running a newspaper route in all kinds of weather. His work ethic was shaped by a family that believed in supporting one another and the expectation that success was earned through dedication and effort.
What makes David such a quality leader is that he is so personable, and that when he's engaging with you at a human level. He is one of the most kind and passionate individuals that I know, but at the same time, he is fiercely committed to results. And so it's a neat balance in how he operates and how he leads and inspires.
David's faith played a defining role in his life. While attending Eisenhower Road Baptist Church as a teenager, he felt a deep conviction to grow in his faith. Inspired to share God's truth, he considered becoming a pastor. His mother, ever pragmatic, encouraged him to pursue a business degree alongside his calling, believing he could serve both his faith and the world.
You know, perhaps the characteristic that I've always valued most about David is the faith-based approach that he and Paula take to everything that they do. You know, David's God is a big God, and David set such a great example for all of us in how he models that God is present in all that we do.
Originally set on attending Texas A&M, a visit to a friend at Baylor University changed his course. However, finances were tight, so he spent his first year at San Antonio College working at Handy Andy Grocery and later as a Broadway bank teller. His first banking job came with challenges, but he had mentors who saw his potential, including Colonel Cheever, who made a lasting impression by personally connecting with every employee. After saving money and earning scholarships, David transferred to Baylor, where he graduated with a degree in economics and finance.
David did go to Baylor, and as part of that, he helped work his way through school by being a school bus driver. You got to give David a lot of patience for being a school bus driver.
One of the most defining moments of David's life came when he flew to Houston for a job interview. On the return flight, the plane crashed. David was one of only 3 survivors. He graduated in a half-body cast. Forever changed by the experience, it reaffirmed his resilience and sense of purpose, propelling him forward with renewed determination. David's professional career began at First National Bank in Dallas, where he gained valuable experience in corporate banking. His career and his personal life took a pivotal turn when he met his future wife, Paula, at a friend's house. Paula, a law student at SMU, was the only girl who ever broke a date with him, making her even more intriguing. When David was transferred to London for 6 months, their relationship endured the distance. Upon his return, they married and built a life together. David's career flourished as he took on leadership roles, including a 23-year tenure with Texas Commerce Bank, which later became J.P. Morgan Chase. When banking leader Joe McKinney retired, he recommended David as his successor. Perhaps the most exciting chapter of his career came when he was approached to help launch McGee Bank. Building something from scratch was the most rewarding endeavor of his professional life. Through patience, consistency, and a genuine ability to connect with people, he turned it into a thriving institution.
17 years ago, when he started McGee Bank, his strategic plan was very clear. I want to be a premier business bank in San Antonio. After 17 years, I think you could say that he's succeeded in that and has had an impact on the San Antonio community. McGee Bank today is $2.4 billion in loan commitments, about $1.8 billion in loans outstanding, and $1 billion in deposits.
Beyond banking, David has dedicated himself to giving back. Inspired by mentors and community leaders, he has served on the boards of the Greater SATX, the San Antonio Chamber of Commerce, YMCA, United Way, SAWS, and many more organizations, always seeking ways to make a lasting impact. Whether serving at his church, chairing fundraising efforts, tackling critical issues like water policy, or helping to strengthen the local economy, he has remained steadfast in his commitment to his community.
David's leadership in the community is unparalleled. He has been involved as a volunteer and ultimately leader in so many organizations, large and small. There are many reasons for this. David just shows up. He's present. He digs in and he does the hard work. He just cares so deeply for others. So it's natural that others end up asking him to take a leadership role.
Through it all, his greatest source of pride remains his family. Paula, a successful attorney, has been his rock, smart, patient, and endlessly supportive. Their 2 sons, William and Michael, and their 6 grandchildren bring him immense joy. Known affectionately as Mac and Gigi, David and Paula cherish their time together, whether at their lake house or surrounded by loved ones.
David is the epitome of a family man. I don't think that we can even have a conversation about business without David asking me for updates on my daughter Sloan, or specifically for fresh and new pictures. And of course, he returns the favor with pictures of his grandchildren. David is tremendously proud of the life, the family, and the legacy that he and Paula have built together.
David McGee's legacy is not just one of professional success, but of relationships, mentorship, and service. His advice to future generations is simple but profound. Be yourself, maintain integrity, learn from mistakes, and use your God-given talents to help those around you. His story is proof that through faith, hard work, and saying yes to opportunities, anything is possible. Junior Achievement is proud to induct David P. McGee into the 2025 San Antonio Business Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the incredible, the unstoppable, Mr. David McGee.
Ryan, I think you have a career in banking after that paper route, buddy. I am so honored to be standing here tonight, and I cannot think of another organization on the planet that I would rather be recognized by than Junior Achievement. What an amazing job that they do, bringing up, helping our next generation of young people, giving them the skills and the confidence to achieve great things, to dream big. Thank you all so very much. I really appreciate this. I want to personally thank all of the Hall of Fame laureates for their tremendous honor. And I certainly want to congratulate two of my longtime friends, Elaine and Harvey, who you've been Hall of Famers as long as I've known you. So congratulations to both of you. As was mentioned in the video, 17 years ago, Paula and I snuck past the construction barriers of a building up on 281, and we climbed up to the third floor and looking out, and it was just a concrete frame of a building at the time, and looking out towards the downtown skyline. And by the way, I'm still looking at that downtown skyline. Right. She turned to me and she said, "Let's do this." And I can honestly say that from that day to today, I have never had so much fun in my life. Building this team and creating a $2 billion bank from scratch is no small feat. But the reality is, it's just been a blast. I'm just not going to lie to you. And to be able to do this in my hometown where I grew up is even more rewarding. But as I mentioned in the video earlier, my career didn't start off that great. My first experience in banking was as a teller, a drive-through teller at a local community bank, and I'm not going to mention any names, but their initials was B&B. And I was so good at it that I got demoted to coin roller. Okay, and I'm not talking Bitcoin, the hard, heavy stuff, big machine, all of that sort of stuff. So things didn't really start off that great, but I did move on and had a lot of other jobs. I put myself through Baylor. I'm really proud of it. Have you all heard that I went to Baylor? Anybody? Yeah, thank you very much. Anyway, I've held a lot of different jobs, putting myself through school. Paper route was a lot of fun. That was when I was a kid. But when I was going through school, I worked at a grocery store, Craig. It's a lot of fun. I was a really good stock boy. That was back when they actually stamped the price on the cans, then had to wipe them off to change the price. I drove a school bus, probably the funnest job I ever had in my life. I actually didn't allow talking on the bus, just so you know. I did allow singing, but it worked really well. And I had this turned out to not be a great dating strategy. I actually worked in the cafeteria in the girls' dormitory. So that job just didn't last very long. And if you really want to know the truth, the real scoop about me and all the things I did to get through school, I've got an entire table full of Baylor classmates that have made it here from all over the state tonight. And my little sister here, they can tell you the real stories here. Thank you all very much for being here, by the way. But back to this banking thing. I really got into banking looking for a real job. I needed the money. And what happened along the way is I just became addicted to this environment of being challenged and learning new things every single day. The phone would ring and I would have to learn something new about everything from bakeries to churches to medical clinics to C-stores I had to learn about people who built computers, made ice, grew tomatoes, or even drilled for oil. And what really became valuable to me was the personal relationships that I developed with each of these individuals. Scripture says that, where your treasure is, your heart will be also. And so for me, it's always been about relationships and working with you on the things that are the most important things with you. And I really value that opportunity. So when I look out across this ballroom tonight, I see so many faces who have been my personal version of Junior Achievement for me. I see people that have inspired me, people who have challenged me when I needed to be, people who gave me the opportunity to come alongside them in the pursuit of their wildest dreams, and some of them have been pretty wild. And I also really appreciate those who have allowed me the opportunity to stand by them during some of their toughest times and my toughest times. I'm so grateful to each one of you, and I want you to know that if you think I'm talking about you, I probably am. And I want you to know that I appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. You've been a huge inspiration to me. None of us ever accomplish anything of any significance in life on our own. And so I want to take the opportunity to recognize a remarkable group of people who are sitting right down here, my Amity Bank team. I absolutely love coming to work with them every single day. In fact, the truth is, I'd probably do this for free. It's so enjoyable. Now, Paula has a different opinion about that, but I really enjoy working with him, and I wouldn't trade any of the experiences that we've gone through together for anything, including the global financial crisis, which just, by the way, happened 2 years after we started the bank. And then we had Hurricane Harvey, and then we had COVID and the PPP program. And then, the last couple of years, we saw a rash of regional banks that ran into trouble and just wrecked the entire economy for a few months. I wouldn't want to be in the foxhole with any other group of people other than you. Right, Steve? These are amazing people, and they have been a huge blessing to me. I also want to say that I'm keenly aware of the fact that this recognition tonight belongs to a bunch of other people who have shared my journey with me. And just to mention a few, like my older brother Bobby, who was a banker before me and showed me, sort of set me straight that being a banker was more than rolling coins. And he guided me through his own experiences, like my mentor of 14 years, Joe McKinney, whose leadership and friendship were just invaluable to me every single day and still is. And like Scott McLean, who recruited me to Amity Bank and he saw more potential in me than I even saw in myself. And there's a whole bunch of people like Mark Harris, who did all of the hard work every single day and allowed me to be eye candy for about 30 years. But most importantly, I do need to thank my beautiful, incredible wife, Paula, who has stayed with this journey with me now for 41 years. Her love, her patience, her unwavering support have been the key to my inspiration to continue. That, along with our mutual faith in the Lord. So thank you, Paula. And if she'll allow me, I'm hoping to become the first husband of City Council District 8 in 2025. So it's possible. The year of Paula may be 2025. I would be remiss if I didn't give a huge shout out to my two boys, William and Michael, who are here tonight with one of my beautiful daughters-in-law, Kara. They can vouch for the more than 100 weeks of taken vacation during my career just because I enjoy working more than sitting on a beach reading a book. I'm kind of embarrassed about that, but it's true. So, hey, just to wrap it up, we are so lucky to live in a place like San Antonio. Sometimes your success is just being at the right place in the right time. How wonderful it is that we live in one of the fastest growing cities in the country. Thank you, Jenna, for all your hard work. But this is a place where people actually work so well together. We don't look alike, we don't talk alike, we don't think alike. We didn't all come from the same places. But this is a special place where we pull all those differences together and make it our strength as a community to support each other and help each other succeed. And it has been a huge honor for me to have a front row seat to watch San Antonio continue to grow, both as a banker and as a community leader. I want to leave you with a quote from Winston Churchill, who said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Thank you all very much.
I remember having a conversation with David when he told me that Paula was going to run for city council, and he said, "Eddie, I am her biggest champion, and I'm going to encourage her so strongly, it'll blow you away. And I said, because you believe in her? And he said, no, because I'll be the #1 grandparent. So I know he believes in you, Paulo, but he has ulterior motives. So tonight, to help me welcome, our final laureate is Nyla Barrera, a 3rd grade student from Maverick Elementary.
Hello, Mr. Alderete.
Well, hi, Nyla. What is this? Am I getting inducted into the marching band?
Oh, you know, just practicing my drum major strut. Somebody's got to lead the band.
Well, maybe you can teach me how to keep up with the beat. So, I need to ask you, the laureate that you're going to introduce, do they have something to do with a band, like being a drum major?
Yep, and not just that. She majored in aerospace engineering at Texas A&M University. Giga Maggies! Touched it.
So, you're telling me she's an aerospace engineer with like rockets and stuff?
Exactly! And that's not all. She's also an entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur what?
An entrepreneur. You know, a business owner. We all learned about it in my JA class. I'm thinking of starting my own business someday too.
What kind of business?
I love science, so my business will probably be STEM related.
I know what that means. Science, technology, engineering, and math.
Wow! High five for you.
Thank you.
Tonight's final laureate, Mrs. Elaine Mendoza, founded Conceptual Mindworks, proving that science and business do mix.
So she sounds really smart. I'm intrigued, so tell me more.
Driven by her passion for making a difference, Mrs. Mendoza helped launch Pre-K4 SA to expand early education in San Antonio. She also serves as a chair for UP Partnership and was the chairman for the Board of Regents for Texas A&M.
So a drum major, an aerospace engineer, a business mogul, and a leader in education. Is there anything this woman can't do?
Probably sitting still. She's always making things happen.
A legacy of innovation, perseverance, and impact captures the remarkable journey of Elaine Mendoza. Born and raised in San Antonio, Elaine grew up surrounded by the boundless energy of childhood. The middle child of 3 sisters, Elaine was raised in a home filled with love, discipline, and an unshakable belief in the power of education. Her mother, a devoted teacher, dedicated 50 years to shaping young minds, while her father, a high school dropout turned Navy radio man, put himself through school, earning a PhD and becoming a materials engineer. Their journeys from high school dropout and Edgewood ISD graduate to self-made professionals instilled in Elaine the values of perseverance and hard work.
Elaine is a tenacious person. I think she is a focused and goal-driven leader. She's also someone who I think does a great job of just focusing in on what's most important and drawing people's attention to that. She's not afraid to say the hard thing when it's the right thing.
Elaine's academic excellence and ambition led her to Texas A&M University, where she pursued her dream of becoming an aerospace engineer inspired by the Apollo moon landings. It was not an easy path, especially as a minority woman. She was met with skepticism and doubt, but rather than being discouraged, she found strength in proving that she belonged. She sought mentors, asked the right questions, and, most importantly, never backed down.
She's resilient. And you know, she's persevered in a world of technology that's so challenging. And I think one of the most important things that she has is faith. Elaine is a tremendous, faithful person.
Her determination led to an extraordinary opportunity, an invitation to join a NASA program in California, working in the world's most advanced spaceflight simulation lab. There she met astronauts engaged in true rocket science. It was a defining experience that reinforced the importance of resilience and seizing opportunities. During a course at A&M, Elaine met her future husband, Larry. She realized he was breaking the curve on tests and asked him for help. He gave her his number, expecting a study session, but instead, their first meeting turned into a movie and dinner. He helped her, and it paid off. She ended up scoring higher than him on the final. They married in May 1988, building a life, family, and business together. Elaine's career brought her back home to San Antonio, where she saw an opportunity to merge her passion for technology with a desire to make a meaningful impact. In 1990, she founded Conceptual Mindworks, Inc., with a focus on applying artificial intelligence to aerospace medicine and avionics.
Elaine was a pioneer techie in sleepy little San Antonio, Texas, back before techie was cool. She was a pioneer and really was doing things like all the buzzwords today, AI, software as a service. And Elaine just doggedly, quietly, relentlessly was out building a business, which she's had now for 30 plus years.
Under her leadership, CMI expanded into modeling and simulation software, biowarfare defense, epidemiology studies, and cloud-based electronic health records, positioning CMI as a pioneer in the health technology sector and a leader in software innovation. Balancing entrepreneurship with motherhood, Elaine made difficult choices, traveling less, shifting her company's direction, and prioritizing her values. She and Larry raised two incredible daughters, Contessa and Francesca, proving that success isn't just about ambition, but about creating a life filled with purpose and joy.
Elaine's ability to raise two successful, caring, thoughtful daughters, just like their mom, is probably one of her most proudest moments. She loves her daughters and brags about them, and every time I'm around them, I'm just so impressed with how well they get along, how much fun they have together, and you can tell they're certainly a very close family.
Today, Elaine stands proud of the thriving company she built and the people who have been part of the journey. She has fostered a culture of loyalty, trust, and shared success. She understands that true leadership isn't about being self-made, it's about the team you build and the opportunities you create for others. Her impact extends far beyond business. Elaine has been a steadfast advocate for education and mentorship, guided by the philosophy, see it and you can be it.
What stands out to me is just Elaine's long-standing commitment to public education and the way that she has been a tireless champion for public schools, for their students, and for teachers across Texas for many, many years. Elaine understands there are multifaceted drivers that we need to address to ensure that every kid receives a great education. She committed herself to the task of ensuring that students in San Antonio and across the state had access to an excellent education.
She served as the first Hispanic chairman of the Texas A&M University System Board of Regents. She leads as chair of Pre-K4 SA and UP Partnership, while also serving on the boards of the Holdsworth Center and the Texas Higher Education Foundation. She remains deeply committed to giving back, ensuring that future generations have the opportunity to succeed, pursue their dreams, and take pride in their achievements. Guided by the wisdom of her parents, her greatest teachers, Elaine also credits mentors like Hope Andrade, Beto Guerra, and Joe McKinney, who cared enough to tell her what she needed to hear, not just what she wanted to hear. She has paid it forward, mentoring countless individuals and shaping the next generation of leaders.
She's been a tremendous role model in the local business community. A woman that has that started business in technology and that has been able to pivot according to the changes has been amazing for her because she's one of those people that have survived. Elaine is the kind of woman that you look at and she's kind of humble, and you don't know her successes because she's not one to brag about them.
Elaine is a proud grandmother to Emilia Grace. Her 2 daughters and their husbands are all proud Aggies. The lessons she hopes to pass on, both to her daughters and to future generations, are simple yet profound. Learn from mistakes, never give up, surround yourself with people who encourage and guide you. Be patient, because in the end, everything will be okay. And listen, listen, listen. Elaine Mendoza's legacy is one of resilience, innovation, and unwavering commitment to making a difference. She is a true example of the idea that when we succeed, we have a responsibility to lift others up, to give back, and to show the next generation what is possible.
Elaine, I salute you for your support, not just for A&M, but the hometown team, the Texas team, the national team. We're blessed to have you, and I'm so pleased that you're getting this honor. You deserve it.
Junior Achievement is proud to induct Elaine Mendoza into the 2025 San Antonio Business Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give this major round of applause for an out of this world leader, Mrs. Elaine Mendoza.
Wow. Geez. Thank you all so much. You know, I once had to speak after Henry Cisneros, and that was not a good idea, ever. Now I got to follow that? Really? Okay. Wow. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. And to the board of directors, Craig, under your leadership, and of course, Janie, you and your staff, thank you all for celebrating tonight and for this event tonight. It's truly special. Many thanks to the search committee who selected us, checks in the mail, and congratulations to Harvey and David. I'm honored to be included with both of you. These 2 gentlemen I have respected and have been friends with for many years. So congratulations, and I'm honored. To be listed with all the members of the Hall of Fame, many of whom I have admired, many of whom have been mentors, many of whom are role models. This is just surreal. To all of you who are our inductees, thank you all for leading the way and showing us how to do well and right for the community and business. I'm grateful to Hope and David and Lindsay for those kind words. Of course, Hope and I have been friends, and she's been a mentor to me for many years. We've been through a lot together, and we still are going through that. So, Hope, thank you. David is a highly successful tech entrepreneur in his own right. He is so accomplished, and he is as fun and as unorthodox as he is tall. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Go Runners, go Runners. He wore that hat to the A&M UTSA football game, and people wanted to take pictures with him, so, you know, it was a good thing. Lindsay, who I really appreciated her taking her time to film that, the president of the Holsworth Center, she's really is one in a million, probably. She is both a Rhodes and a Fulbright scholar. Not very many of them. Both a Rhodes and a Fulbright scholar, and we are so fortunate that she has committed her talents to serving Texas public schools, even though she's a Midwestern girl, who go figure. But I thank her as well. You know, our story is a story of impossible being possible, of relationships and community, and the common foundational thread through all of this is family, faith, miracles, and gratitude. Impossible being possible. Like, I don't know what I was doing when I started Conceptual MindWorks in 1990. I didn't know what I didn't know. I thought it'd be fun. I thought, in 5 years I'll be Bill Gates or, whomever. And looking back on paper, I think if anybody would have saw this kind of crazy plan, no one would have bet that we'd still be here. Just no way. No way. Who would have really thought that we would have the capacity to start out in 1990, yes, applying artificial intelligence, the same stuff they have today, to aerospace, medicine, and avionics application, and be able to grow, pivot, move, ultimately end up with our own product that we self-funded the development of and share with the private sector, and starting out with really nothing, right here in San Antonio, not sending talent over offshore, not doing anything like that, but doing it right here in San Antonio. Odds were probably against us. We didn't know what we didn't know. For almost 35 years, the impossible is possible. But what a roller coaster ride. This beats the Rattler. I know all of y'all have gone, this is the Rattler on steroids, seriously. But nothing's more important through this than relationships. And it takes many people, y'all think she's so cute. Okay, it takes many, many people in order to even have a story. Many people have impacted our trajectory and our survival. Building trust with and knowing the folks you surround yourself with are so important. Within CMI, it's a privilege to work with talented folks. I really was inspired by that great business documentary that I know we all learned from back in the late 80s, mid 80s. That documentary called 9 to 5. I know. It's a great learning experience. What it taught me was it took the stereotypical business person and laid it all out for us. And that's what I knew I didn't want to be, that stereotypical business person. All giving and no taking. All taking and no giving. That's from the song 9 to 5. Anyway, look it up. One of my biggest responsibilities to serve our team well, because in serving them well, our customers will be served well. These are talented people that are committed to the mission and our purpose. We want to use technology to make a difference. We want to make sure the customers we serve can trust us and rely on us, put their faith in us. We have to serve them well. We'll only serve them well with the best team out there, and we have that. I have to be direct sometimes over this roller coaster ride when times are not so good, and be able to share with them, listen, we can't do X this month, bonuses, whatever it might be, but I promise that if the company has it, you will share in it. The most important aspect of that is to follow that up with action. So I've been very blessed to be surrounded by incredible people. We have a handful of people, 2 handful of people that are with the company 20 years or more. Our average tenure is 13.5, and without them, there would be no CMI and some of the products that we have developed over time. Priceless. Mentors and advisors, so many people over the years. I've been so blessed with mentors and advisors. Okay, we've already mentioned Hope. And as many of you all know, she's a little thing that packs a hell of a punch. She tells it like she sees it, so you have to be ready to take it. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Others like Joe McKinney. He's the best. So smart. He's from Harvard. He makes me say that every time I say Joe McKinney. So he's from Harvard, yeah. But he's given invaluable feedback and advice. And he's a great friend. Thank you, Joe. These folks told me, as it said in the video, what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear. And it is absolutely necessary to listen to sage advice. Take it in. Make your own decision from there, but listen to what they are saying. They care, and I had to repeat that so many times as they were talking. They care, they really care, they love, okay? Because some of them, were very frank and open with their feedback, and that's exactly what we needed. David, you said it, no person goes it alone. So many professionals. It takes so many different experts to enable our journey. Doing things right, building credibility, being law-abiding, serving team members, how we serve customers, and the work with other businesses all require experts, auditors, lawyers, IP attorneys, HR attorneys, lawyers. How many lawyers do we have in the house? No? None? 1, 2? Okay. You need them, and you need good ones. You have to have them. But also, and you're not going to get this because we just honored 2 of them, but you need bankers. You absolutely need bankers. Our relationship with our bank, Texas Partners Bank, has been so critical. We wouldn't have this story without them. During that roller coaster ride, that we were on back, let me give you an example, in 2008, 2009, we came to them and shared that in about 8 to 10 months, we were going to be in big trouble. Big trouble. You see, I had taken too long to make tough decisions. I'd just taken too long to make tough decisions. That could have been a fatal mistake. We knew what happened. We had a plan. We had a plan to get out, get to the other side, but we needed the bank to work with us. It was scary. We could have walked in and said, 8 to 10 months. They could have pulled the plug. They could have called the note and got as much as they could out of it because, that roller coaster was on the downslope. Instead, they were there for us. They worked with us, and they continue to do that today. They're one of the reasons we're still here. I'm very fortunate that Texas Partner Bank folks are here. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for all your support over the years. Really appreciate that. Community. You cannot separate the health of a business with the health of the community. The community needs healthy businesses, and businesses need a healthy community. As has been for decades here in San Antonio, we are so fortunate that our community has a young, growing population. The future of the workforce, possibly for the nation, is right here. Right here. Our young people just need opportunities, access to quality education from the very beginning of their lives. And education, we all know, is the great equalizer and enables economic vitality for the individual and the community. It's been a privilege to have the opportunity to work in that space as a volunteer, and very beginning started with STEM education and promoting STEM education and expanded from there. It's been a real blessing. But for me as well, all of this is possible because of family, through faith, through miracles, and gratitude. I thought I was going to be this hard-charging, relentless businesswoman. And I was, until August of 1994 when Contessa came around. Something happened I didn't anticipate. She was born, and it was really tough to leave her. I thought it was just a big, tough, strong, businesswoman, and here she comes. I didn't anticipate that. And I'm not exactly a girly girl, more of a tomboy, so, I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. It was a big deal. I did not anticipate that. Then the double dose came in 1997, in August too. Francesca was born. This is when you must define success, not based on other people's definition, but on your own and what's important to you. by no means measuring your success against others. Everybody is running their own race, is doing their own thing based on their own priorities. So when the girls came, yes, I pulled back. I didn't want to travel as much. I wanted to make sure we were doing the best we can for the girls and as they grew up. And it just changed priorities and made sure that I knew my own definition of success. Of course, Larry and I, we know we did things right, because as you heard, they both went to Texas A&M. And the bonus is they both married Aggies. I mean, come on. Tessa's husband, Cameron, Frankie's husband, Jordan, are terrific, incredible young men. We are certainly blessed. We are so proud of our daughters and their husbands. Not to mention the best part is Mila, the little one running around. Absolutely. Now let's be clear. None of this would be possible without partnership, support, and encouragement of my husband, Larry, of almost 37 years. We're right behind you guys. We'll be 37 in May. We are a team for sure. We are a team for sure. We had to divide and conquer, and he was all in. He is an awesome girl dad. I mean, who knew that was a thing? But it is today, so I'm going to say it. All of this from the guy who, when we met in dynamics class, and yes, it is true, I did beat him on the final. That was true. We met in dynamics class at A&M, and we started dating. He declared he would never work for a small business. That was not the last time he'd be wrong. Okay. Faith, miracles, and gratitude. You know, as much I believe things happen for you, not to you, that there is a divine plan, even though we cannot see it, and tough times are actually necessary for growth. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to hold on to your faith as things get crazy. And I don't know how many times I have to learn this, but it's true. You have to learn it's going to be okay and probably get better. Just keep on looking forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on making sure you are looking straight ahead and just taking reality in, but moving forward and addressing concerns and problems, because God has your back. Thank you, Lord. You know, miracles happen. And over 35 years, almost 35 years being in business, several have happened. It is a crazy ride. And I am so grateful to God who makes the impossible possible, who I am grateful for my family, my mentors, role models, people who have chosen to be members of Team CMI, our relationships for opportunities our customers give us, which we can't take for granted, and for the blessings of all kind of different people with their unique skills. It really does take all sorts of folks to make a journey happen. And hopefully, our company, our team is making a difference. Thank you so much for tonight. Thank you so much for this incredible honor. And I really appreciate this incredible induction. Thank you very, very much.
You know, Elaine, I can tell you that my son Diego went to the University of Texas. He just in December proposed to a graduate of Texas A&M. They're getting married in November, and I've already ordered the flag that goes outside their home that says this is a divided household. So I think the common thread that we've heard tonight is not only business success, but mentorship and servant leadership. And if you think of what these three have done, and frankly, What all of the previous recipients have done is turn around and motivate and inspire those behind them. So I'm going to just share a quick 3-line poem that I learned about 30 years ago, and it goes like this. I slept and dreamt that life was all joy. I awoke and realized life was service. I served and understood service is joy. That is these 3 honorees. So to help us move on to the next portion, and as we kind of come down to a close, I want you to help me welcome back the talented Jessa Bauerkemper.
May the good Lord be with you down every road you roam. And may sunshine and happiness surround you where you're far from home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified and true. And do unto others as you'd have done to you. Be courageous and be brave, and in my heart you'll always stay, forever young, forever young. May good fortune be with you, may your guiding light be strong. Build a stairway to heaven with a prince or a vagabond. And may you never love in vain, and in my heart you will remain, forever young, forever young, forever young. And when you finally fly away, I'll be hoping that I served you well, with all the wisdom of a lifetime no one can ever tell. But whatever road you choose, I'm right behind you, win or lose, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever
Have you ever been so moved and so inspired by the future of this city than with these junior achievement students? So I'm going to invite these students to come back on stage and help me thank them once again. Take your bow. It's been a fantastic evening. Thank you all for coming. Please be careful on your drive home, and thank you for being a special part of this wonderful evening.